noticed that there are some people that I know when they're in the midst of men, I don't get it.
They're totally
timid,
different.
They can't talk. They feel small and all that. And I used to say, but why? But when they're in the midst of, like
women,
they're all over the place. And that's why I said parents should notice and teach their children. Like I always tell people that don't let the teachers do parenting. Let the parents do parenting. You have to teach. You have to teach your children, especially the female kids, how to have self-esteem. Because I was growing up when I was dark, I had a problem. Because if I go to a party, I realized nobody used to talk to me. And it was something, it took a while.
Because you were dark
Because I was dark skinned.
That's what you believed.
No, that's not what I believed.
Everybody doesn't talk to her because she's dark skinned?
No, not everybody.
You're not getting it.
She means just us.
No, what I meant was that I go to a party. And I noticed, growing up, it was something I noticed. Because I was dark skinned.
Yeah.
I noticed they were going after the light-skinned people.
Exactly.
Really?
That was just life.
It is very, very true.
It's common, yeah.
And guess what? My self-esteem just died. But the thing here is that talk with your kids. So you know how you go for holiday and okay, what happened in school? And you're gisting. And I always used to bring up the topic. My siblings too were dark-skinned. They had the same problem. So my mom now says,
I was light skinned and I had the same problem.
Oh no, because I think it's a mindset, honestly. Because I'm dark skinned as well, and I got toasted.
Growing up, a lot of people walk into the
you're
house.
still not getting
the problem
it.
is that you're not getting. Say, we're talking about self-esteem.
Yeah.
I'm giving you real life experience. You might have gone through that. Why do you notice now that 50% of the women are bleached skin?
Yeah, true.
No, but apart from that, to hop onto what you said,
Yes.
there was a time, I just had this. I was appearing on TV very frequently at the time, and it's the portrait shot thing,
Okay.
and I really felt I used to use a lot of foundation and it to cover
up.
because I was the pimple picker. So I used to have black spots.
and all that.
So I'd use makeup to cover it. And I was like, why don't I just treat my skin and get rid of these black spots instead of, trying to
Mask it.
Cut a long story short, I got this very, very good product, but I didn't read the instructions.
Oops.
Yes, I didn't read the instructions. I misused it, and I ended up with Fanta face.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
Coke
kidding.
leg.
Yes.
Fanta
From
face.
here down, I was my normal complexion,
Yeah.
but my face was just now small. It won't reach where Liz there.
Wow.
Men who had always known me
You.
started toasting me.
It's a lie.
They were not
my
worried
God.
that I was a different color from here
See
down.
what I mean?
Wow.
I'm not kidding. Men that used to be, how are you doing, Didi? And walk into the sunset. Well, how are you doing?
Honestly, I think
When
it also
can
has
we
to do with
meet?
belief, Devon.
No,
because
it's not a belief.
No. I'm
These
not
people
arguing.
have
No,
known me for
I'm not
years
arguing that
and did
this
not
happens. I'm not arguing that it happens.
And the minute my
Because
face
I am
healed
as
and my
dark as you
complexion
are.
came back,
You know the thing, what we're talking today
the
is
minute
about-
my
it's about
complexion came back,
No, there's no doubt that
Yeah.
the yellow faces has always been preferred. There's no doubt about it. But you see, what's self-esteem? It's a feeling of self-worth.
it didn't tamper with my self-esteem.
but you
though.
see the
I'm just
thing-
saying
no,
that
what I'm
this
trying to
yellow
say is
skin
If you're
something
not
is
careful,
true.
It
If
can
you're
actually
not-
bring you
For
makes
me,
you
it didn't do anything to me.
like I
No,
was
why?
saying,
Sorry, let me
why-
say something. Because
Yeah.
you were saying that the reason why men didn't walk up to you was because you're dark.
Excuse
And that's
me.
generalization.
No,
Because
I am-
you were.
I'm talking
I
about.
think
guys
you are
not
still, you're not
me.
getting where
Yeah,
she's
I'm not.
coming from.
I'm talking about myself. I went to school for the 5 years I was in school. I go to parties and I realized it. And I was wondering why.
My question is, how did you realize it? Did you actually sample men and ask them, are you not talking to me
I
because I'm
cannot
dark?
sample a man.
That's why
you know why?
it's an assumption.
I will not sample a man.
So
because-
is mine an assumption?
Yeah, to an extent it is too.
well,
You know why?
I just,
guess
okay,
not.
You see,
okay.
you see, the
No,
thing
let
is-
me hear.
let's
let
go
me
from
hear
a
what
point of
where she's
psychology.
coming from. Yeah.
Okay.
You were in a party, people didn't
Yeah.
walk up to you.
Yeah.
You now believe that it's because you're dark.
Yeah.
I could have believed it's because my nose is long. I could have believed it's because my eyes are too big or because of my white scalp. It's still a belief. Because as long as you did not ask them, please, why are you not coming to me? And they didn't say it's because you're dark. Because see, it's a possibility. Yes,
Why
I'm not
would
that.
I ask a man?
You don't understand. I'm just coming from this angle.
She's just talking hypothetically.
Because if you did not ask them and they did not say it's because you are dark, then how do you know?
No, but I gave you my own instance.
Devon, that is also an example, right?
Yeah.
How many men have you met in your life? You know why I'm saying this? I work with, like, 1 minute, 1 minute, Joy.
All right.
Low self-esteem
Yeah.
is not a mental health illness, but it's linked closely to women mental health.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
most women who are having low self-esteem end up having mental health issues like anxiety, depression, eating and sleeping disorders, suicidal ideation, and even substance abuse.
Yeah.
So it's closely linked. Now, when a woman tells me, this is what's happening to me and it is because of this, now I ask her, wait, how do you know? I'm not saying you may be right. Some people may not have asked you because you're dark, but it is not everyone.
No, you said something that, did I go to them? Very good. Here I am 20 years after.
Yeah.
A man walks up to me and says, oh my God, have you looked at yourself if you're light-skinned?
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to
you don't
tell
get it, Joy. I'm not arguing about that.
No,
but
that's, no, you
the world is made of 8 billion people.
Fantastic. That is
one person said so.
But let me tell you, do you know what that would have done to me if I didn't have self-esteem?
Yeah, I understand.
And guess what my reply was to the man? If you like light-skinned, then you go fetch yourself a light-skinned woman. Because by the time I'm toned up and you dump me, the next guy now tells me, oh my God,
I like
can you imagine
women.
I love dark-skinned women.
So
how do I come back changing my skin to fit somebody's ego?
Okay, so let me share my experience with you. Growing up, I was really very fair. My father is very fair. My mother is extremely dark. 2 extreme people. So I had siblings who were very dark, and I also had a sister who was very fair like me. Now, because perhaps there was this preference for light skin, you know, people will come in, try to talk to my sisters. So I had things like, I'm black and proud, you know, my African queen, my black beauty, you know, being said to my dark sisters. And the only thing I got, you know, was Oyibo, Abinu, Afi. You know, those kind of, if it's in Igbo, some will call you Tocha Kom. You know, those kind of a thing. So it made me hate my complexion.
See, different strokes.
So I tried to do everything to darken myself. I tried to rub palm kernel oil. I tried to, you know, I do everything that could make me dark. I heard about sun tanning as a kid. I'll go and stay in the sun and get skin burn, and nothing happened. You know, I grew up and found out that the way God has made me, that's the way I'm going to be. But at that time, did it affect me? Yes. Because I felt people liked my sisters because they were dark and I was always, you know, put down because I was light skin. Yeah. So it's actually I tend to support you because a lot of times, but again, like you said, it's not everyone. Yeah. You know, and the way you handle it is important. I had parents who would always, especially my mom, she will see that I'm getting sensitive with those accolades for other people. And I was actually the notice me or die person. So when I come to throw you, when I come to do those notice me, they give me those names to calm me down. You know, I will shrink a little bit. My mother will have a way of, you know, talking me out of it.
Because she noticed.
You know, yeah, it's important.